Valor Mogulas, everybody. This is Don Willie back again for another Game of Thrones Season 6 episode review. And this one for episode 8. No one. And, apparently we have some very mixed reviews on this particular episode. So, yeah, man. I have my esteemed panel. I got my regulars, James and Jerry, and also LT, and returning champions, Christina the Sphinx and Moji Osman. So I will let them do short. Damn it, keep it short intros. All right, because we want to try to get through this.
Yeah, Christina the Sphinx. I told you. I told y'all. I told you. Nobody wanted to listen to me. They thought it was crazy.
Yeah, Christina, you're up first. Let's go.
Oh, I'm going. I'm going in. And I said it. I called it just today, just earlier today, live with the Hypes Watch. I said it. There will be no trial by combat. People are like, what? You can't do that. You can't break the rules.
Okay.
That's it. Like I'm not gonna. Y'all know. You heard.
All right, Moji, holla at the folks, man.
Hello everybody. I hope by the sound of my voice you can see I'm disappointed. And King of the North, and let's have a good show today.
Oh, sorry. LT.
LT Giles is happy to be here, like as always. Let me speak to y'all for a minute. LT's at 198 subscribers. He needs 2 more. So whoever's in the chat that's not a subscriber, please subscribe to LT. And I love everybody because
Okay, yeah, the Wild Man LT. Jerry, holla at the people, man.
Alright, you guys know who I am. It's Jared the Targaryen Steamboat. And, if anyone out there is prone, if their butt is a little prone to hurting it sometimes, enjoy the show.
James.
Yeah, my name is James Bushell. That one scene where the guy stuck his finger in the other guy's ass? Yeah, I kind of thought that's what this episode kind of smelled like.
Oh my God, I completely forgot about that. Oh my God.
All right. We'll get to that. So look, first scene is Arya, arriving at the playhouse, and she's got Lady Crane who takes her, patches her up, and gives her milk of the poppy. Now, a lot of people last week were speculating that Arya was someone other than herself due to the way that she was acting. I, myself, other than maybe an hour or two where I may have wavered, had always thought it was Arya, especially based on what happened when she came out of the water and, just the whole thing of her looking around like, oh my God, who's out to get me? I know a lot of people have thoughts on just the whole Arya thing, and you guys know the rant I went on last week about the kind of logical inconsistencies that I thought that's just that whole sequence of events kind of turned into. So, you know what? I will let my man James set this one off.
With the whole Jaqen is the waif thing, my thing was, if Arya goes to Lady Crane, then it will be Arya. And that ended up being the case. I still think that there's some logical issues here involving some of the actions she took in the last episode in terms of just being out in the open when she knew the faces men were coming at her. But it is what it is, I suppose. I just thought I find it that it would be hard to survive that, but I guess she did. I don't have much to add to this. Like I said, I was on the fence for both ways. That way I had leeway in case I was wrong. And, with the Lady Crane, it was Arya.
All right. Yeah, Moji looks like he is really, like he really has something he needs to get off his chest about this. So, yeah, Moji, holla at me, man.
Oh my God. So basically, we learned nothing. Basically, everything that happened to Arya was because of stupidity. Basically, her being out in the open, her with her hair out like that, her walking, oh my God. So basically, her getting chopped up in her stomach was off straight stupidity. They made the internet go off because logically that scene didn't look right. Why would Arya be out in the open one episode after she's sitting in the dark turning the candles out looking like a ninja? She basically got cut up because she's dumb, and that's what HBO just did. Long story short, they are getting to the point. They are trying to finish this show as quick as possible, ladies and gentlemen. Everything that we've ever gotten that was amazing, Hard Home, the battle at Blackwater, the Watchers on the Wall, that's over. That's over. You're never gonna get a quality episode from this show again. I don't think it's over. The logic is out the window.
All right, all right. That was Moji, folks. Christina.
Emoji is hot. He is pissed. He said we're never gonna get another quality episode. Damn.
I didn't go that far.
Yeah, that was all the way to the extreme. I get it though. I get your frustration.
We learned nothing. We learned nothing this episode. Absolutely nothing. They just gave us 3 fillers in a row, guys. 3.
I mean, I feel like we learned things and we got information. The story moved. The story moved. I don't know what you wanted. As far as Arya is concerned, it's completely unrealistic. Unless she was laying up, recovering for like 6 months from her abdominal wounds. I don't get it. How she's just able to run and roll downstairs and still be like in ninja mode after that. But
the waif stabbed, and turned. Stabbed, and turned. You don't recover from a stab, and turn in not even in 1 week, let alone 1 episode, let alone
in somebody's corner like closet and they find you and then you just lay in the bed and some random actress takes care of you. Maybe if you were in the ICU, a very high level trauma center, you could.
They completely threw logic out the window and basically said the reason she got stabbed is her own stupidity of walking out in the open to let the waif stab her when an episode before she was in the dark.
Arya Hota did die instantly from a tiny little throwing knife, so it's possible she could survive this. If that little thing will kill him, and it makes no sense, then getting stabbed a few times in the stomach, maybe you can survive that too. Okay, it's D&D. It's how they roll.
Hey, Willie, you gotta stop me at some point because I'm gonna just have mouth diarrhea if you don't stop me.
All right, so yeah, stop right now and let's go to Sir LT Giles.
Yo, I love being right. I'm not right that often, but everybody else was saying that it was somebody else. It wasn't Arya, and I was on the team that it was Arya. And you know the whole. I think that D&D fucked up here, cause that wound that she got, there's no way she's surviving in modern technology. You know what I'm saying? She got, like Moji says, she twisted. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm happy Arya survived. You know, so. I love being right. That's all I gotta say.
I will ask you though, real quick, LT. Do you think that it was that she was stupid for being out in the open last episode?
Of course, of course.
All right, Jerry.
I mean, speaking of being right, I had like 3 counts of being right in just this one scene right here. So let's start with just the Arya thing. I said it last week. I told y'all that was Arya. Even though it would have made sense to have something like a Fight Club thing going on, I knew these guys weren't that clever. I knew you might even, I said, maybe that's a 4th count. I told y'all they weren't that clever to come up with something that would make sense and instead they're going to go with something else. And the reason what they're doing this whole time, this whole series, now they don't have, they're just going to all these movies they've seen before, and they're just plucking out scenes from it and try and put it in Game of Thrones. See, with here, you got Arya as Rambo, which is what I said last week. She's just got hit in the gut, and she just repaired herself. Well, she just got repaired, and now she's ready to go again. So, yeah, Arya, like Rambo, D&D following movies, it is Arya. That's what I said before.
All right, cool. So next up, we get the continuation of the end of the last episode, where the Hound decides he is going to take an axe to the members of the Brotherhood without banners that he can see, or that he can find as vengeance for them, killing his people, in that little village where they were building the Sept. So you know what? We're gonna go to back to Jerry, and what do you think about the Hound's mini vengeance spree?
I mean, I read it from in Christina's chat. I read the TV trope about the retired badass, and the last line, "Ass kickery is about to commence," and commence it did, and we got some nice deaths. I wish maybe we could have got a little bit more innovative with it, but you know what? Satisfying. I mean, yeah, it is a this dumb trope, but satisfying deaths. It's okay so far. How much Hound did we get? We know he killed him, and is that it?
No, we also got him, later on in the episode, which we'll get to.
Yeah, well, I'm just talking about what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, no, that was it. Him going on his little murder spree.
That's all I got to say for right now. Satisfying death.
All right, so I just want to mark this down and timestamp, people, for all of you out there who say that Jerry does nothing but complain about everything. Jerry just said satisfying deaths. Okay, so there you go, people.
Could have been better, but satisfying. You give it the satisfying. Great.
You messed it up, Jerry. Just let it go.
Yeah, I'm trying to give you props over here, Jerry. Jeez, man. All right. And next up, who I was going to go to anyway, Christina.
So we're talking about the Hound and the Brotherhood?
The Hound slaughtering the members of the Brotherhood that he found.
I totally love that whole scene. It was completely hilarious. And then Beric Dondarrion, I was just like, what? That's when I stood up. And then I never sat down again, for the rest of the episode. I was standing the whole time. And the Hound, the way he's like, well, let me get this one. No? Okay, well, can I kill that one? Well, these two?
Wrong.
Not that one?
Wrong.
We're talking about the wrong scene. We're talking about the scene where he comes up on the three dudes and the finger scene, and then he kills them.
Oh, and then he kills them? Yeah, and then the fun stuff happens later. Sorry, guys. I was really excited about that part.
Well, we're gonna get to that part a little later. But James, your thoughts on the Hound vengeance spree?
Well, first off, I never thought I'd see a Dirty Sanchez in Game of Thrones, but I've seen one now. It was it was whatever. But in terms of the actual scene, I thought it was fine. I mean, I thought the part with the Hound, when the Hound was killing the Dirty Sanchezer, and he says, "Oh, you don't even know how to die right." I thought it was fucking funny. I mean, I enjoyed that scene. Sad to say for me, the Dirty Sanchez scene was one of my favorite scenes in this episode, I guess.
Oh God! Oh God!
I feel they should have got Mark Sanchez to play that role.
Thank you. All right. Emoji. Your thoughts on the Hound and the Dirty Sanchez?
Oh man, this episode, this scene, I can dig this scene. Are we talking about the part where he did the thing with the fingers and all that?
Yeah, and then the Hound comes and kills all of them.
Yeah, I mean, my God, what wasted dialogue. Then to show us some guy putting his fingers in another guy's ass. Like, jeez Louise. And then the Hound does something I was waiting to see, clip the guy's head off like a melon. That was satisfying. So I got nothing bad about this scene. I take back everything I said about the finger, because I got to give something good to this episode. So I'm going to give that part to this episode at best.
All right, LT.
So this just in, breaking news. LT just posted his review to Twitter, and he saw he's at 199. So if you guys would, I don't know how many viewers are watching, so please subscribe so he gets 200. It'll make LT really happy. Now, as far as the scene, it was pretty badass to see the Hound kick some ass, eat every fucking chicken. This scene was badass. I love that Hound kicking ass.
All right. Yeah. Listen. Personally, I thought it was a pretty cool scene. Minus the fingers in the ass. I'm like, uh, yeah. I don't understand. Listen, man. For you guys who do that shit, man, fuck that. Anybody ever tries that to me, I'm stomping them into the fucking ground. Just letting
you guys see. I didn't even mention that. You know what I'm saying? Because LT don't go that way. LT don't swing that way.
James, I think I have to correct you on. I don't think that was a dirty Sanchez. I think that's what you call a buddy stink palm.
That was a motherfucking taco in the fucking derriere. I don't know what you want to call it, but man, homie don't play that, and we got to talk about it because the scene is just ridiculous.
Well, if you watch the movie Mallrats, you'll find out what exactly a stink palm is.
Listen. Enough with that whole shit right there. LT, no, damn it, no. Enough with it. All right.
What do you mean enough with it? I was just saying I didn't mention it because LT don't get down like that.
You already said that, man. Anyway, listen, the Hound doing his killing thing was cool. He came through with the axe, chopping up everything in sight the way he's supposed to. This is the Hound that we want to see, and I'm glad that, he is back in full form. So we're going to move right along to Essos. And, we got, another filler scene, but I think this filler scene was important because it foreshadows Varys doing some things that need to be done. He is on his way to complete some secret mission, and for those of us who have read all the books, I think that we know what secret mission that is. And you know what? We're going to start it off with my man James. And James, what do you think about, this little bit of filler that we got with Varys?
Well, it was ironic because earlier today when we were talking about this, I think it was LT actually that said that he thinks Varys will go back and do the deed. And I said, well, if he's going to do it, he's got to get going really soon. Well, lo and behold, he leaves this episode. So it looks like that's going to be the case. I believe that he'll, even though they've kind of foreshadowed that Gregor Clegane would kill Pycelle, but maybe it is, I guess, it ends up going to be Varys, I suppose. That's what it looks like, anyway. It was a good little touching moment. It was fine. Fine scene.
Yeah, definitely. I think this was short, and it was fillery, but it was important because, if Varys would have just popped up in King's Landing with absolutely no explanation at all, we would have been like, okay, I thought Varys and Littlefinger were at odds. How is he using Littlefinger travel services all of a sudden? But yeah, we'll take it to Jerry. Jerry, your thoughts on this small little filler here?
I mean, I'm going to agree with what the rest say as far as the Varys is going to go back to, do the little bird killings. But even before that, I thought it was weird how Varys seems to be so pro Dany all of a sudden. He's like, oh, I can't lose her. My heart would break. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? I have no words further. I don't have any words beyond that. Let's move along. Move it along.
All right, Christina, you got nothing?
No, you guys said it all. I have nothing to add for that.
Okay, LT.
I think, like I said from the beginning, that maybe Larry Varys is gonna say a lame ass speech about Daenerys, but I want to put up my Aegon theory from 0% to 3% because he is heading to King's Landing. Maybe it's possible. We don't know. Probably not. Probably like that's why I said 3%. A 3% chance that when he kills Kevin, that there's an Aegon in there. 3%. That's all I'm saying. 3%. That's not nothing. That's nothing.
All right, I mean 3% is more than I'm willing to give Dan and Dave for that particular thing. But hey, hope springs eternal. You gotta have hope sometimes, right? Moji, your thoughts on this one?
Oh, LT, I would have loved to get a corny Varys speech right there. I would have loved that. I would have loved the corny speech because at least we would have got Varys speaking in his accent that I love so much. But we didn't get that. We got to see a bald guy walking away into the sunset to get on some ships. And no offense to the bald guys, but I mean, what a filler scene. My God. I mean, I can't even.
All right, it's all good, man. Gotta do what you gotta do. James, you got something to say?
Yeah, I just wanted to. I know that some people are going to, they're going to bring up this parallel of Varys leaving, and then the ships of the slavers coming in, and I'm sure some people are going to call for Varys the Harpy, as I've heard that too. But I'm sure some people will bring that up.
Very interesting. Maybe we can get into that a little later.
Yeah, maybe we'll find out who really is the Harpy from James a little later.
But the thing that I definitely want to get into, is Cersei. Oh boy, oh boy. So we got the Sparrows. They come to the Red Keep and they're like, yeah, the High Sparrow wants you and the Scepter Baelor, and you bet not refuse, damn it, or else it's going to be something. Tell your man to step aside or there will be violence. Cersei like a boss. I choose violence. And, listen, the Mountain goes to work. He does what he is programmed to do, and he lets the rest of them know, like, hey, this will be you if you try me. And listen, I will say I absolutely love the scene, even though there were some shocking consequences that I know someone is going to want to gloat about a little bit later. But wait until we get to the scene before you decide to gloat. But yeah, you know what? Moji, your thoughts on Cersei choosing violence?
This is one of the scenes I actually liked. Not bad. I was digging the mountain, digging how scared little bitches that the sparrows were, like huddling next to each other when the mountain came out and Cersei was like, I choose violence. That scene is particularly good because you can see it in Cersei's eyes when Lancel tells her, step aside, tell your man to step aside or we'll choose violence. You can see the mouse spinning in her head, making the brain click that, yo, I'm about to turn on these guys now. I'm about to make my plan go into motion, which is defy the High Sparrow, let them try to kill me so I can kill them. And that's exactly what she did. The mountain, that one of those idiots decides to hit the mountain with the mace weapon and goes and gets his head split. Some of us thought they were going to show us the gore of him taking off his head. They didn't, but maybe it was a little too gory to show that. So, but particularly I liked this scene because I liked Cersei's whole reaction.
Okay, cool. Sir LT.
I just want to say first and foremost that I love all you guys here in the chat. I mean, here in the group, and everybody in the chat. I've been going through a lot in my life, and I'm really grateful for all you guys, being with me. This scene was awesome. We all were looking for this choose violence scene, and the Mountain showed that he's a boss. That's all I got to say.
All right, yeah, man. And listen, everybody out there loves you too. And if you're not subscribed to LT Giles, link is in the description, as for the rest of everyone else on the panel as well. So you make sure to go and do that. Ben and me, Don commands it. So let us move right along to my man Jerry Targaryen Steamboat. What do you think about violence? Do you choose violence?
I mean, I choose that. What the hell were these sparrows thinking? I mean, did this guy really? Did he think he was going to be the guy? It was him. He was the guy who was going to take out the mountain. It's just like one of those stupid ass decisions you see made in like a horror movie when someone tries to and ends up getting killed by Michael Myers. And you know what? That's exactly what we saw here. We saw Mountain Myers just give us a satisfying death to this fool. And I mean, really, the sparrows probably should have just all converged onto him. But you know what? Whatever. We got a nice death. That's really it.
All right. So look, that is twice in one freaking episode that Jerry has actually, given some credit. So goddamn it, all of you people who've been talking shit about Jerry, stop it. All right. He does give credit where credit is due.
Yeah, this is crazy, because this is like the time that me and Jerry actually are switching places. I might have to go off this week.
All right, James.
Even if all those sparrows would have converged on the mountain, they would have all ended up as matter on the wall. In terms of the violence here, it's interesting the inconsistencies of how they portray violence on the show, because they'll show Meereen Trant get like slasher flicked to the max, and then they don't want to show a guy getting his head ripped off. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But yeah, I mean, the mountain is essentially, Cersei's rage personified. It's what she would do if she had the capabilities to do so. Yeah, it was a fine scene. I enjoyed it. And I'm ready to see more sparrows meet their fate to Gregor Clegane.
Okay, cool. Sphinx, no jumping ahead. Let's stick to this.
I'm just waiting. I'm good. Y'all said it. I'm waiting.
Now, what did you think about this one, though?
Yeah, it was cool. She chose violence and dude got his head ripped off. And the whole time I was like, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
Well, you will get your chance to gloat, okay? All right, so next up we get the scene with Brienne arriving at Riverrun, having a heart-to-heart with Jaime Lannister, informing him that, yeah, I know where Sansa Stark is, which I'm like, okay, honorable, stupid Brienne. And, the little scene with her and the Blackfish, and the Blackfish basically like, look, fuck what you're talking about. I'm not yielding this damn castle. I don't even care if it's to go save my niece, which I'm like, all right, well, you don't want to yield this castle to go save your niece, but sometimes family duty honor, except when you're trying to take my house. So, LT, your thoughts on Brienne arriving at Riverrun and the events from there on?
That was a good scene with Brienne and Jaime. That's all we're talking about right now, just the scene between Brienne and Jaime, right? Yeah, that was a heartfelt scene between them two. I'd like to move on to the next scene.
Also, Brienne and Blackfish.
Oh, and Brienne and Blackfish, whatever. Brienne's a criminal, like Jerry says.
Okay. Christina.
I actually liked it. I liked the Brienne and Blackfish stuff. And I liked how, he listened to her. He actually heard her out. read her paper, and was like, you know, she's just like her mom. You could see like it hit him in the feels just a little bit, but he was like, but I'm still a stubborn asshole, so yeah, sorry. Here's your paperback, and I'm just gonna die for reasons.
Yeah, you know, D&D reasons apparently.
Basically.
Yeah. Jerry.
Well, Brienne didn't do too much criminal act. Well, first, actually, let me start with the pulling of pod thing. Does anyone feel that whole pulling of pod thing was specifically, that scene was specifically written so like, this will be, they were like, we should put the scene in. It would look really cool in a trailer. So.
It was fan service. It was just fan service. Just
I think it was fan trickery is what it was.
Oh, let's go Broad and Pod acting like old high school classmates. Oh, hey, what's up, Pod? What's up, Broad? Hey, what's going on, man? Let me teach you how to fight. Bow, let me slap the shit out of you.
I mean, they are like old high school classmates, though. Like they go way back. And in this time and age, like people die. If you don't see them anymore, you don't know if they're alive or not. So I thought it was kind of cool that he's like, yo, nuggie on the head. Hey, buddy, ain't seen you in a long time. It was cute. Like you get to see people who haven't seen each other in a hot minute. Like just catch up.
See, Christina, I completely agree with you. I love Braun. Braun is that dude. He is my dude. The reason I'm blown is because they wasted scenes in a filler episode. These scenes could have been used for something to push the storyline of somebody else's storyline. They could have pushed it.
But if they didn't do this, then the fans would be like, so Bronn and Podrick just don't say anything to each other? Like, they don't even, like, no matter what, people are going to pick at it. So if we don't have them speak, then it's going to be like, oh, they just don't mention to each other. Like when Brienne never told Sansa that she saw Arya with the Hound, like she saw him with a man and didn't say the Hound, people were like, why didn't she say the Hound?
No, I'm going to disagree with that. People would just assume that they would say it off screen. The problem with the Sansa and Brienne thing was Sansa specifically said something that implied that she did mention it all to Brienne about the Hound. So, or no, Brienne didn't mention anything to Sansa about the Hound when she said some man. But this is something we could just assume off scene. It was totally filler. But back to Brienne and Jaime. Well, she wasn't too criminal in this moment, but she wasn't too smart. When she was talking to Jaime and trying to tell him, like, do the right thing. Oh, it's by royal decree? And he said, yeah, it's by royal decree. I have to follow it. The king said it. She could have easily just said, I don't think any son that you have has power over the Riverlands. Implying that Tommen is in fact a bastard, and she knows he's a bastard, and because he's a bastard, his word it's not legit, it's not legal. Sansa pointed it out when Ramsay was like, I'm the Lord of Winterfell. She's like, given by who? Some other bastard? That doesn't count. I don't know. Brienne should have said the exact same thing here, and Jaime would have known the truth. Jaime knows, like, oh, she's right. Instead, Jaime comes off looking like more intelligent in this little exchange between them.
Hey, but Jerry, let's focus on one thing, that Christina's hair looks amazing again.
Why am I going to focus on that right now? I'm focusing on doing this review here. All right. And then, so for the Blackfish thing, I mean, it started out great. Like, you saw total, I agree with everything what's been previously said about that scene, like Christina was saying about it, until the end. And then, for reasons of D&D, they completely threw away the scene by being like, oh, yeah, you know what, I'm going to say all these great things, but fuck it, this doesn't matter. I'm going to be stubborn instead because D&D reasons. Scene destroyed.
All right, Moji, I know you want to rant about it. Go ahead.
The scene was absolutely destroyed by the decision they made Blackfish make at the end by, instead of going with his family, helping his kinfolk in the north battle a psychotic bastard named Ramsay Bolton. Instead of going on a great journey where the Blackfish could be a legendary hero some more and be into the minds of Westerosi knights forever, he's going to stay here and die, ladies and gentlemen. He's just going to die and waste the character in this place. I can't. I just can't.
All right, all right. James, did you speak on this one yet?
I don't know, but I'll keep it quick. I essentially agree with what Jerry said because we were talking about it in the chat when we were talking about that particular scene where that it was like a fake out scene in the trailer. Like people were speculating, oh, what's happening to Bronn? Brother without banners, what's going on? And of course it's just Bronn bullshitting with them, which was I thought that scene was fine. It was whatever. Yeah, it was kind of fillery. Even the Jaime Brand stuff was a little bit of fillery. That was kind of fillery. Blackfish having his moment reading the letter, it was what it was. But I do love the Blackfish. But that's pretty much all I got to say about that scene. It was whatever. Is how I would characterize it.
True indeed. True indeed. All right, so next up we have the thing that I know Christina has been waiting to gloat about, and this is the thing that, even though it has substantially crushed Clegane Bowl, at least in King's Landing, there's still hope for the Clegane Bowl hype. All right, but this is the proclamation by Tommen Baratheon. That the faith and the crown are the two pillars, and blah 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 blah. And Tommen, King beaten ahead himself, goes ahead and is like, hey, yeah, remember that whole trial by combat thing, the thing that's been part of the faith ever since the Andals first came across the Narrow Sea and conquered Westeros? Well, you know what? We're just not going to do that anymore. Sorry, Mom. I know you got your big champion over there, but yeah, we're just not going to do that anymore. So you're going to have to go and report to the principal's office, a.k.a. the Scepter Baylor, you and, the gay guy. Yeah, so, Christina, this is all you. You called it. Take it away.
I'm like, sorry, Mom, we're not going to do that anymore. But I said it, like I told y'all. She made it so obvious that she was going to do trial by combat, and that means there's not going to be a trial by combat. Like, she sent Jaime away, don't worry, I'm good. I got the mountain trial by combat. We got this covered. Like, I have a plan. When has Cersei's plans ever worked? Ever in the history of plans? They don't. And that's why I knew. I was like, she's saying it too much. Like, they said it once and then twice. I was like, okay, there's not going to be a trial by combat. And the High Sparrow, like I said, he can do whatever he wants. He's got Tommen. He's got the King of Westeros. He'll do whatever he says. And when he says, you know what, look, this just in from the gods, just got a memo today. We're not doing trial by combat anymore. It turns out it's not cool. So everybody just has a trial now. And what do you know? The Raven comes in with the memo from the gods. No more trial by combat. Cersei's like, ah. And I'm like, I told you, son. I told you. That was me. I'm done.
Well, it appears that everyone who has doubted Christina, including myself, and I can't believe I am saying these words, we, including myself, must bend the knee to Christina the Sphinx. But don't worry, I will rebel, goddammit, because, I might kneel, but my knee does not stay in the dirt for long. All right, so, we're going to take it to the new king of rants, Moji.
Everything that happened in King's Landing, I can't knock. I can't knock it, and you're not gonna get any knock off of me from that. I liked all the King's Landing scenes. Cersei looked like a lost puppy dog, and Tommen looked like a bitch. He basically condemned his mother to death. Are y'all in agreement with that? Tommen basically, what we just saw was Tommen basically condemn his mother to death by taking away the one wild card that she has up her sleeve. So, very interesting. I can't wait to see how that finishes off.
All right. Listen. Apparently, Christina the Sphinx does have to exit early, but I did want to give her her moment of glory in the sun. Thank you, my lady, for coming as always. Talk to the people real quick and just let them know what you're up to. Before kicking to the next panelist.
Thank you for having me. I'm sorry I can't stay longer, but I have to get up just in a handful of hours for work, so I gotta do the responsible thing. I can't stay up all night like I want to talking about Game of Thrones, because I could if I would. I mean, I would if I could. But tomorrow on Monday, I do my review with my sister and my besties. We go on live on my channel, Not So Silent Sisters, tomorrow at 8. And on Tuesday, Kyle's Spook and Chickens, we do a review there too. So you can check us out there. We'll get more in depth and break it down. But I got to go to bed. I'm just happy that hashtag Sphinxy was right. Hashtag I told you guys. Hashtag nobody believed me. Not a single person. Like nobody believed me.
Yeah, that was nice. You called that.
And that is why.
To be fair, it made no sense. It was just D&D not making sense.
Oh, you're the main one, Jerry. You're the main one that argued me. Because you're like, it's the law, it's the rules, blah, blah, blah. And they can break rules.
Hey, they betrayed the law! Law!
Oh, well, listen, and that's why Sphinx has won the internet for today. So, hey.
I got the truck. It's mine for now. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Say farewell to Sphinx for tonight.
Bye.
All right. All right, so, Jerry, your thoughts on the rug being pulled out from under Cersei's skirts.
You remember that scene in Judge Dredd where he's like, you betrayed the law? And he goes, law? It was just like that here. But at least I have to give credit. There is a bit of, you got a little bit of scheming going on here with, the High Sparrow still playing the game. And they're still trying to really, it seems they're only taking shots at Lannisters. They're just trying to bring Lannisters down more and more. And, yeah, that's what I think is going on with them there. And, yeah, I like seeing that kind of scheming. Like the little, it might not be as good as the books, but, it's something. It's something.
True indeed. James Bushell.
It is indeed some scheming. But in the end, I believe it will be scheming that will backfire, because what is Cersei going to do? What is a desperate Cersei that you took her wild card away from her going to do? Shit is going to burn. Wildfire will happen. Robert Strong running rampant. Some shit's going to happen, and it's because you took her wild card away. You put her in a desperate situation. The Mad King or the Mad Queen will be rising here pretty soon.
What you gonna do, brother, when Mountain Mania comes running after you?
Yeah, shout out to Macho Man Randall Tarley. Yeah, so LT, what are your thoughts on this one?
I do want to give credit where credit's due. Christina was right, but I have to say this is a fucking travesty and fucking atrocious that D&D would go so low to fucking discount what is law and fucking just create this fucking bullshit that it has nothing to do. And George R. R. Martin is fucking pissed about this. I know he's got to be pissed about this because this is fucking trash. And I don't care whatever happens. I'm rooting for Cersei. Hopefully she burns King's Landing because this is bullshit. This is law.
They betrayed the law, LT.
They betrayed the law indeed. But, if I'm pretty sure we all noticed that, Cersei does have a backup plan. And that backup plan seems to involve, a scene that we got earlier from Bran that was a foreshadowing. Oh man, not Pycelle, but Qyburn has been searching around the city, and he even found some things. And I do believe that those things are green liquid that will rain down fire and brimstone upon the citizens of King's Landing.
And great words of the Mad King, burn them all! Burn them all!
Preach it, Willie. Preach it. Preach it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. James.
Yeah, I just wanted to add. I mean, in all fairness to this law thing. I mean, laws do evolve over time. I mean, there was a point where at one point you'd stone someone for infidelity, etc., etc. I mean, things do evolve. So I mean, I'm not too bitter about it.
Moji, you have something you want to add, right?
Yeah. Even though they just decided to change up the laws of the realms of men like that and everything, like, I kind of understand why they did it. How else were they going to do Cersei burning down King's Landing? Because basically, if she doesn't have the mountain taken away from her, then she would have won the trial by combat and she would win. The only way she can use the wildfire is to have her ass up against the wall, straight up, like back against the wall with no other choice. And that's exactly what happened. So I'm not going to knock this scene.
All right, cool.
That's why Moji is the king of the north.
Definitely, Moji. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about the King of the North thing, man. I might have something special for you. But yeah. Listen, I definitely think there was a big foreshadowing with the whole Qyburn thing, and we will see that possibly come to fruition. Episode 10. Could that be the scene that breaks the internet? Discuss it in the chat room amongst yourselves. Discuss it in the comments afterwards. And yeah, I'll be doing predictions later in the week. So after this, we get back to Riverrun. We have Jaime talking to Edmure, and this was another scene that, like last week, was mostly faithfully adapted from the books. Jaime is talking to Edmure, and he's trying to appeal to his good nature and trying to talk to him man to man, and Edmure's kind of having none of it. So Jaime's like, all right, I got to go back to being full 100% asshole if I'm going to get this done without any bloodshed. He threatens to toss his baby over the wall. He threatens to toss him over the wall. And he was like, hey, I will kill each and every single Tully, if I don't get my way in this particular situation, because I want to get back to the woman that I love. And Edmure, family duty honor don't mean shit when you haven't eaten in a while and you got somebody threatening to toss your kid around. It's like, hey, fuck this castle. This castle don't mean shit compared to my life. And hey, it's a sad thing because this led to what I would imagine most people would consider to be an unnecessary death. Yeah, but before I give my thoughts on the scene as a whole, we are going. Sorry, muted myself by accident. That's crazy. But yeah, we're going to take it to my man, Sir L.T. Giles.
Edmure's a fucking coward. I understand the whole situation, but they just can't. D&D just can't go by the books. They gotta fucking have this whole alternate storyline that pisses me the fuck off. I mean, I was looking forward to the scene in the books where, yeah, Edmure goes in and he yields Riverrun, and the Blackfish escapes. But no, they want to change it to this fucking bullshit to where Blackfish goes out fighting, is just fucking garbage and atrocious, and it pisses me off.
All right, I know Moji's got something for this. Let's go ahead.
Alright, before I kill this scene, I'm going to talk about the good things. I liked them sticking true to the books with Jaime and how he talked about tossing the babies over the catapult, and exactly like you said, going back to the old Jaime. You know, you could see Jaime fighting with himself, fighting with his demons in that tent. You could see the thought process in his brain. Like, okay, this motherfucker ain't gonna listen to me, and I'm trying to be kind to him. I'm trying to tell him how Catelyn Stark and Cersei are so similar that they would do anything for their children, that they would burn cities to the ground. I don't know if y'all caught that. Don Willie said he caught that. And then to have Edmure turn all fuckboy on us and go up in the castle and look at his uncle the Blackfish like a bitch. And you saw the second the Blackfish saw Edmure come in, he knew Edmure done fucked up. But then to go sideways and waste a great actor like this by not sticking to the storyline and having him kill himself? What the fuck is he gonna kill himself for? Are you kidding me? He's got a way out. He's got a wild card. He can roll with Brienne to the north, to Sansa, to marinate, and you're gonna say, "Oh, D&D, we're just gonna kill off this character, kill off one of the most legendary knights in the fucking Westeros." I can't.
I feel you, bro. I feel you. I know, James. Yeah, man. I see you sipping your brew over there, man. Talk to me, man. Wait, what do you got to say about this one?
Yeah. First off, we said Cersei would be willing to burn the cities to the ground, and of course, I knew that the second that Tommen took away the trial by combat, that's good. That's what's going to happen because he's going to be desperate enough to do it. It was relatively faithful. The conversation between Edmure and Jaime. And I was even saying in our chat, I was like, Jaime, you better fucking tell Edmure that you're going to catapult his baby over the walls of Riverrun. And he said it like 2 seconds after I typed that. Of course, the one thing that was different was this still thirst that Jaime has for Cersei. I wish that aspect of his character was gone, but I think that's going to be a staple for a while, I suppose. Blackfish. You have so much potential with Blackfish. All you have to do is put him on that goddamn boat. You screwed Edmure. You made Edmure look like a damn idiot and an asshole. You could still salvage the Blackfish. You put him on that boat with Brienne. He sails up to the north. He becomes one of Sansa's best generals. Him and Davos be chilling, drinking beers. I'd be all for that because the Blackfish is one of my favorite characters in the books. I love the actor in the show. And it just sucks because if you look at my top 5 characters list from the book, Stannis is number 1. Blackfish is probably like number 4. So my 2 favorite characters now get off-screen deaths. You can't even give the man the respect of an on-screen death. It has to be an off-screen death. It's just ridiculous.
Random Lannister soldiers.
Yeah, one of the greatest knights there is in the fucking show, and he gets killed off by some Lannister dudes.
I can't even, James. You just said it, everything for us. Keep dropping that knowledge, because I can't even.
Jerry, your thoughts on the Jaime, the Blackfish, all of that?
Wait, are we talking Dany too?
No, Edmure, Jaime, Blackfish.
Oh, I thought you said Dany. I'm like, what? Okay. Oh, Edmure, Jaime. Okay. So, I agree mostly with what James said. The thing that was the problem with this is I wasn't sure if Jaime was full of shit or not, or if he was telling it, if he was playing a poker bluff or not. He still got that thirst, which apparently is very real from what the last scene we've seen. And, in the books, the thing is what made it great was that we knew he was bullshitting the whole time. We knew he was bluffing with the, with the pocket 2 7s. We knew that's what he was doing. That's what made it so brilliant. This, I don't know. I mean, I really can't tell you what Jamie was like, what his mindset was. Maybe the show version of Jamie might have really been thinking about catapulting some kids over. Who the fuck knows? That thirst for Cersei, or whatever. Anyways, other than that, I really liked it up until, I really dug. I still liked it, and I liked Edmure's turn. I liked that, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be cool. We're gonna get Brienne help because I thought Brienne was gonna help escape get the Blackfish out of there. That was my prediction, and I was like, yeah, Jerry got it right, and no, it looks like I didn't get it right because for some inexplicable reason, Blackfish doesn't want to get on that boat and help people and, maybe rally an army to come back and set things right. No, he just wants to go out and get killed by random Lannister guards. And, I thought, man, what a waste of a great, because he's one of my favorite characters, too. I'm like, that's typical D&D, waste of a good character. They don't know what to do with them because they don't really have many good ideas of their own, so just throw it away and kill them. But if you want to throw it away and kill them, you got a big fucking battle coming up. Why not have them go out like a boss on that battlefield if you really want to kill them? But then again, it all made sense to me. If you put Blackfish on that battlefield, he's gonna take the shine off their golden boy Jon. They can't do that. They can't have any of that. We need Jon to look like the hero.
I think they have an issue with kind of older, stern, military guys because they off Barristan, they off Blackfish, they off Stannis. They just don't like old, stern military guys or something. I don't know.
It doesn't make sense. They just keep killing off these excellent, amazing actors. Even Alistair Thorne got a legitimate death. Even Alistair Thorne got a speech, and before he hung himself, they couldn't even give the Blackfish some Alistair Thorne treatment.
James, I think you're onto something.
Yeah, I think James is onto something, and it might just be something to do with great military. Like the three best military commanders are Stannis, Randall Tarly, and Blackfish in the Westeros. Stannis went out looking like a fool. Blackfish went out looking like a fool. And Tarly ain't even fighting. He's busy worrying about bread. So, I don't know. I can't even right now. There's something there, and I don't even know what to think right now.
Yeah, I will admit, I was very disappointed at the way that they had the Blackfish go out, because they set it up perfectly for him to escape. I mean, Jamie didn't want to kill him, right? Jamie was just like, look, I just want this to be over and done with. Let the Freys have the fucking castle. We can all go back to our lives, right? But, for some reason they decided to make the Blackfish not the guy that we've known. I mean, they had an excellent actor, and we haven't seen the Blackfish actually get any action, any real action. So it would have been nice to see him show up in the Battle of the North.
One last thing. Why the fuck is the Blackfish so I gotta go out here, I gotta protect this place, I gotta protect my home? That place hasn't been his home since he was a teenager. He spent 40 years living other places.
He spent 40 years in the Vale.
If I may real quick, remember one thing that is a Game of Thrones kind of law. If we don't see them die, they're probably not dead. I'm not saying Blackfish didn't die. I'm just saying we didn't see him die on camera, so it might be possible he's still alive. I'm just saying.
No, he definitely died, LT, because that Lannister soldier seemed pretty sad about it. He seemed pretty sad about giving that message to Jamie.
I think the Stannis off-screen death kind of changed the game with how they do off-screen deaths.
True indeed. But yeah, we're gonna move it right along because we don't want to harbor on something that we hate, and we're gonna take it to what was kind of another filler scene a little bit, and hopefully it will build to something better for episode 10, because I don't think we're going to get anything except for the Battle of the North in episode 9. And that is Tyrion kind of celebrating. He's like, hey, look, we've had all this time where nothing has happened. It's been cool. We haven't had any issues with the harpies or anything. There's no problems. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, as everybody is all cool and chilling, you get an attack on Meereen. And while we're thinking, oh man, this is looking really, really bad. Oh, out of nowhere, here comes Daenerys. I don't even know what to really say about this one. But James, your thoughts?
Well, yeah, I mean, it was weird because like they do these epic Danny moments, right? But this was like 2 seconds. Like they look out. First off, the whole first part was kind of fillery. It was some funny jokes in there, whatnot. It was okay. But then like all of a sudden we see the fleet come in, and then they're like looking about, and then of course we see Danny come in, and it's like 2 seconds. That's it. It's over. Okay, I guess. It wasn't the greatest scene in the world. It was I mean, I don't know. It was whatever. Now I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people are on the Varys is the Harpy hype train, and that's going to be exacerbated by the fact that he left and these boats came like right after he left. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. But this scene to me was, crumpled up, thrown in the trash. Won't ever remember. I won't remember it. I won't remember it next week probably.
So indeed, Jerry.
So yeah, speaking of things we hate, okay. So the first part, yeah, it was total filler, pointless, whatever. Waste of. That scene went on for a while too. It was like 4 minutes or 3 minutes, making jokes and whatnot. No, I don't think it really served any purpose. Then yeah, the battle came, and freaking Dany just appears to like just Nightcrawler her way in. So whatever. I have no words. It's just like whatever. I thought it. I don't know. I can't. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, it appears that like the whole panel is probably going to be pretty much speechless for this one. Moji, do you have any words for this one, or can you even?
Watching the episode, I was so mad by about the 45-minute mark, but now that we're actually breaking down scene by scene, and I'm actually remembering these horrible scenes, it's making me sad inside. It's actually making me sad inside that we watched about 4 minutes of Missandei and Tyrion trying to crack jokes and make each other laugh, instead of actually watching a scene that could have progressed the story of somebody else's plot.
Or showing it.
Like, it's just crazy. I can't.
Elsie.
I'm right there with Moji. Like, this scene was nothing but filler. And don't get me wrong, I love Tyrion jokes, and Missandei's fucking gorgeous, and Grey Worm, I laugh every time I see him because he reminds me of Obama. But it's funny because when I first saw those boats, I thought it was a Greyjoy fleet, but then I saw the banners and then I saw it wasn't, obviously. But yeah, I'm right there with Moji that this was all filler, and it was cool to see Dany, but filler, da-da-da-da. Say it with me, filler.
I guess I should add that, not only was the scene filler, it kind of made Tyrion look like a fool and totally destroy his earlier scene that we gave high praise for. So it retroactively might have knocked half a point off of a previous episode. And yeah, I don't know. I thought this was going to be when Tyrion was going to go in and be like, let's get some dragon action. We need dragons to fight all this fire they're throwing at us. I thought he was going to do that scene. Yeah.
Are we expecting an episode 10 that? I'm expecting an episode 10 that Yara and Theon will come with the Iron Fleet, and they will help defeat the Slavers' fleet, and that will kind of be what persuades Dany to accept their alliance. I think that's what's gonna happen.
I will like get a tattoo on my face. I think maybe I'll consider getting a tattoo on my face if that doesn't happen. That's how sure of them they're gonna do that nonsense.
Hold on. Say that again. If what doesn't happen?
Well, Jerry was just saying that he's going to get a tattoo of his face if that doesn't happen. What I said.
If what?
So,
what scene?
I said that in episode 10 that I expect the Iron Fleet, led by Yara and Theon, to come help defeat the Slavers' fleet, and that's what's going to help them persuade Dany to help them defeat Euron.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's as predictable as apple pie. I mean, that's just. I could probably tell you what D&D have already written out for the last 3 episodes if you let me break it down. They're so predictable at this point.
All right, well, we'll talk predictions some other time. Let's kind of get this ball rolling here. I mean, and listen, we're gonna kick it to a scene that I'm pretty sure nobody should have a damn problem with because it is Sandor Clegane. And we get the return of the real Brotherhood without banners. We got my man, Beric Dondarrion, and also Thoros of Myr. Only one that we were really missing was, I forgot what the archer's name was. But look, I thought this was a pretty cool scene. They're bartering with the Hound. And, I mean, look, this may have dashed our hopes for Lady Stoneheart. We're not sure exactly what they're going to do as far as that is concerned quite yet, but, I think that it is good that we got the Brotherhood, the real Brotherhood, and not these brigands out here just slaughtering people. So, yeah, listen, I definitely was a fan of this particular scene, and I want to see more adventures of the Hound and the Brotherhood without banners. So, Moji, your thoughts on this one? Come on, man. You can't tell me you didn't like this one, bro.
Yeah, this scene was all right. I definitely was digging seeing Thoros and Beric again. I just want to know how they figured out those guys slaughtered those hippies so quickly. But it's okay. They figured it out somehow, and they allowed the Hound to get his lust on killing on for a second. I would have liked them for them to let him use the axe, but they didn't. So, I mean, really, I liked the scene. I liked him taking them out. I wish Lemon Cloak would have stayed around a little bit. I really thought Lady Stoneheart was going to come around the corner, but this scene was cool. It was all right.
All right, so LT.
I know Jerry and James are probably going to hate me for this, but this is what made the episode for me. Seeing Beric Dondarrion and Thoros of Myr made this episode for me and made me happy. It's funny because they trolled us. In my opinion, they trolled us because they never said Beric was coming back. The actor that plays Beric said that he's not coming back to Game of Thrones. So they surprised us. To me, this is a what the fuck moment because Beric Dondarrion was back. And this scene right here made the episode for me.
All right, Jerry?
I mean, the scene was total filler. There's nothing really going to go. I don't think any of this has anything to do with the journey that we're going to be going on, especially in the books. But you know what? This has potential to be good filler because I kind of want to see the Hound join up with the Brotherhood. I want to see what kind of adventures he can get into. I don't care that it doesn't have anything to do with the Song of Ice and Fire. Let's just see it. This is the kind of filler I want to see.
All right, and James?
Yeah, Moji. I mean, I knew the second that I saw Beric Dondarrion that Lady Stoneheart wasn't around the corner because I knew when Beric is alive, that means that Lady Stoneheart is dead and we're not getting it. And of course, I was the one championing that theory. What's up, Jerry?
I just wanted to say, I thought for a second, when the Hound went to go piss, that it was possible that while he was pissing, Catelyn Stark's body would come up, and we'd see Beric do the kiss. I thought that might be possible. I wasn't banking on it, but I was like, "What? There seemed to be a focus on that water."
That would have broke the internet. If they were.
Well, yeah, but the issue with that is if that would have been plausible if it happened in the beginning of season 4. But I mean, it's been like 2 years. That corpse would be bloated and rotted and just some skeletons, just a skeleton by now.
Well, you forgot about Littlefinger magic. You see, Littlefinger would have teleported her body, put her in a freezer to stop composing, and then teleported her back right at that moment.
But yeah, that part was a disappointment. But you know what? I'm one of the people, like, when I did my top 5 characters that I like better in the show than the book. Like, for me, it's Sandor Clegane, hands down. I love Rory McCann as Sandor Clegane. I like the character like 500 times better on the show than I do in the books. The books, he's not even funny at all. He's kind of a dick. I don't really like him in the books, but I love him in the show. And I just love the dynamic between Thoros, Beric, and the Hound. I'm interested to see in their adventures. Yeah, Beric is cool. I love Thoros. I like the actor who plays Thoros. Yeah, Lemoncloak. He had a great role, didn't he? Yeah, that was. And I hope we get to learn why this group of these 3 broke off, because they obviously followed
Real
Red
quick,
God.
James, Lemon Coke went out like a bitch. Sorry.
What was the what was the point of this guy confirming he was Lemon Cloak? What the hell was the point?
I think it was to confirm that David and Dan don't read the books and can't come up with can't even imagine that Lemon Cloak might have some importance.
Well, I just wanted I just hope we find out. I mean, well, we probably won't because they're dead now. I mean, why did this group of guys just were an offshoot? I don't know. But you know, I'm hearing some people. It's interesting. Some people think that Sandor Stoneheart is going to happen. That we're going to see Beric. We're going to see maybe Sandor die in a fight or something, and Beric give him the kiss of life. Which is interesting. I want to see if we get Beric to do the kiss of life to somebody. I don't know.
I said that.
So
I said that earlier. I said my tinfoil of the season is Beric Dondarrion taking over the Brotherhood without banners. I said it in the show earlier, in Spinksy's show that we did earlier this afternoon, and everybody told me I was crazy. And I said I can feel it. They're predictable. D&D would do something like that. It's I can smell it a mile away.
My problem with Sandor, my problem is Lady Stoneheart has to be Catelyn Stark because she has a reason for her fury against the Freys. Sandor wouldn't have the same reason. Like, he wouldn't have what would be his reasoning to be this entity of fury. I don't know. I
think it would be the same reason why Varys seems to be so loyal to Dany and why his heart would break if she wasn't around.
But yeah, but once again, the Hound is gold. I love Rory McCann. So whenever I see the Hound, it's one of my favorite scenes for the most part.
I think it would be funny if you see the Hound die and then you have to see Beric kiss him, wake him up.
And just one more thing. I think it's interesting if we see Sandor Clegane, the one who hates fire, end up fighting for the Lord of Light. It'd just be an ironic twist.
True indeed. True indeed, man. That actually would be very crazy. Speaking of crazy, let us go to the final scene of the episode, and that is Arya, who was on the mend after, being saved by Lady Crane. She wakes up to hear Lady Crane be killed by the waif, and then we get a fabulous Terminator 2-esque chase scene throughout the streets of Bravos. Arya is finally able to use her water dancing skills to do something, besides be beat up by the waif. And then she goes to the House of Black and White after putting the waif's face into the hall and is released and allowed to go home. So, Jerry, I want to get your thoughts on this ending scene for this episode.
Well, the parkour was pretty cool, even if you kind of have to think about how the hell is Arya doing that kind of parkour with all those stab wounds still recently, you know, itch. It's kind of like in Prometheus where that woman is running away after having just a C-section. It's just as ridiculous. But at least it looked cool. But then it got more ridiculous when Arya went down for the count. And as soon as she went down for the count, the waif decided to turn into Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers or any horror villain, and started to do the slow stalk to her instead of just going up and finishing her off, giving her the opportunity to get away and get into the corner and apparently into the spot that she needed to be able to take out the waif. And then we find out. I still wonder how she took out the waif, and I think we're robbed of a maybe possibly cool fight, but whatever. And then she goes to the house in black and white, and pretty much says, I've been wasting 2 years here. This whole Black House and White has been filler because I've really learned nothing, and I'm going back to Westeros.
Hey, it is what it is with that one. Moji.
Where do I start? Basically, they threw complete logic out the window with her having been stabbed, and then twist. Why do the close-up on the twist? You obviously did a close-up on that to show us how badly injured she is. So logic would tell you she can't do anything serious unless they're trying to say that she was sleeping in Lady Crane's house for like 6 months to a year. Do we all think she was sleeping there for that long? Hell no. So
more like 6 hours to 10 hours.
So 6 hours and 10 hours. So she immediately sees we see another off-screen death with Lady Crane getting knocked off. They couldn't even show us Lady Crane getting killed. Unfucking believable. So then she starts bawling, doing her Matrix running through this whole city. And I'm going to just fast forward to what Jerry just said. They basically did 2 years of Mr. Miyagi training to say that she learned how to fight in the dark. We just got 2 years of Bravos because I already learned how to fight in the fucking dark, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. LT.
This was fucking garbage again, atrocious, but I'm glad my girl Arya comes out on top. I'm a big Arya fan, and it was horrible. It was fucking terrible what they did, not showing us an epic battle between her and the waif, But I'm glad Arya comes out on top. Fuck the faceless men. I'm on Team Arya. Get back to Westeros.
James.
Yeah. This was interesting. The first thought I had when I said in our chat was T1000, the waif T1000, because that's what it looked like to me. Like she had the same exact running style going after Arya. It's interesting though because I have to analyze it some more, but it did seem like towards the end there that Arya was purposely luring the waif into that room. Like she purposely made the blood streak to go into that room. I honestly expected for a second, I was like, okay, Jaqen's gonna reveal his face here, because this was all a trap. Now I do think that it would have been awesome to have seen the actual slaying of the wafer to see what's happening, or are they setting up some sort of mystery here? Because seeing Jaqen smile at the end just kind of took me aback. For a second, I didn't really understand why he's smiling. But yeah, it's all interesting. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of crazy theories out there that that's really Arya's face as the waif that they put up there, and that's really the waif, and that's why Jaqen is smiling because that's the waif. I'm sure some shit like that's going to come up on the internet. But I have to analyze the scene some more. I have to look at it some more. I don't know. It was I didn't hate it. it is what it is.
All right. I mean, look. I don't think I was as critical of the whole scene as the rest of you guys. I mean, look. I think that at some point we have to give them just a little bit of creative license. You know, yeah, just a little bit of creative license in order to get certain things done. You know, and I'm sorry, there is an alarm going off right now. I'm not sure if you people can hear that, but yeah, it's just one of those things where, look, I was hoping we would get a resolution to Arya's storyline that wouldn't end up with her being dead and someone else wearing her face, because I think that would have been the biggest waste of Arya more than anything else. But Moji, you got something to add?
I would just like to say the one thing that was great about this scene was Arya did lure her, James. Arya lured her. The whole point of all this was Arya lured her into the place that she hid Needle, and then she did this G-ass move like a Ninja Gaiden where she cut the candle light off with Needle. And that's where we're supposed to assume she killed the waif. For all we know, the waif could have killed Arya and is wearing Arya's face right now. For all we know. So, just wanted to add that in there. I liked the candle scene. And I wanted to clarify that she was luring the waif into the room.
True indeed, true indeed. I mean, look, like I said, I think that, this to me was a pretty decent scene. Was it the greatest scene of all time? No, I mean, but at the end of the day, look, would you rather it be Dorne? Would you rather it be Dorne? I would rather watch an entire episode of just this scene on loop than watch anything having to do with Dorne. So can we just give it that, people? All right, jeez, man. Look on the bright side. It wasn't Dorne.
I'd rather watch The Joy of Painting with Bob Ross than watching Dorne.
Yeah, man. And look, the one thing that
I don't like that excuse. I mean, that's like, might as well just say, it's not Battlefield Earth. Who it doesn't mean it's good. It doesn't mean it's good.
True indeed, true indeed. But all right, so look, we're gonna go around and let's give numbers for this one, starting with Moji.
As of right now, if I see, I'm very critical of episodes on just one watch. After I watch the episode about 15 times tomorrow, it'll probably go up a notch. But as of right now, this episode gets a 5.5 as it stands, ladies and gentlemen.
God damn. That's rough right there, man. All right, James.
Well, it's hard because there were some scenes I liked. I liked the Hound. I really liked the Hound stuff, even though it maybe wasn't the most important things in the world, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. The I Choose Violence scene was good, but I had some issues with the Danny scene, and some other scenes. But you know what? Overall, I think I gave last week's episode a 6 or a 6.5. I think it was maybe a smidge better than last episode, so I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I don't think it's dog shit. I don't think it's great. I think it's okay.
All right, LT.
I know I'm gonna face a lot of shit for this, but I said this in my review, and you guys can say I'm fucking stupid if you want. I don't give a fuck. But as soon as I saw Beric Dondarrion, 9.5. You guys can say I'm crazy, but Beric Dondarrion, Thoros Samira, the Brotherhood without banners, I love them. Them right there alone gave me a 9.5. If we would have got Lady Stoneheart, it would have been a 10. But them two gave me a 9.5. That's my story, and I'm fucking sticking to it.
9.5. 9.5. Did he just say a 9.5?
Yes, he just said
Yep.
let the man get his due.
Yep.
Listen, you got to say your piece on it. Let LT have his due on this one, man. He's allowed to have that opinion. Jerry, what numbers?
Alright, well, I mean, there were some scenes I liked. The Blackfish thing was bullshit. Well, it was pretty much some things I liked, mixed in with minor bullshit. Let's go with the 5. I mean, just okay. It's not terrible, not great. Just okay. Average.
Okay, so you're giving it basically. I think that was the same score you gave episode 1, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Okay, look, you know what? I think this was, to me, an improvement over last week's episode. I don't think it was the best episode of the season, but hey, look, as far as fan service, I'm all for fan service. Give me what the fuck I want when I'm watching TV, man. So, Brotherhood Without Banners was cool. The Hound doing this thing was cool. Arya scene weren't, the most spectacular of all time, but I'll let him live. I will forgive him in the name of the Seven. And yeah, the Meereen stuff was okay filler. It was stuff that I think needed to happen. Um, and the stuff with the Blackfish, Jamie, Brienne, Edmure. I mean, like I said, I wasn't happy with the Blackfish death, but you can't get everything you want. But I will say for this one, I am going to give it a 7.5. So yeah, that's what I got for it. So for everyone out there thinking that everything, oh, you guys are just all super super negative. No, damn it, all right. We just wanted to, we just want the episodes to be, to the level that they can be, because we know the Game of Thrones can be beyond great when it comes to our expectations. All right, so hey, yeah, before we get out of here, I just want to give my man JD the Dragon a shout out. He normally does his late night show, but he won't actually be able to do it today. He did have, I believe, either a loss in the family or someone very close to him that was sick that he's, wants to look out for. So, but make sure to check him out next week. And everybody, for the panel, their links are in the description, but I will let them sign off for themselves, starting with my man Moji.
All right, guys, it's Moji. It's the King of the North. Thank you, DW, for having me. Thanks to the Hypes Watch. You guys are blessed. And don't think that I am a negative person. This is a rare thing for me. For me to have a negative opinion about this episode, you gotta understand that something wrong happened. I love this freaking show. I give this show at least a 7 and up every week. You can look at any review I've ever done. I'm not a negative person, so don't think that about me.
All right, my man LT.
Yo, like I said, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I love Beric Dondarrion and Thorsamir, and them two just being in it gave me a 9.5. And it canceled out all the garbage and there was a lot of garbage in this episode. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so hey, I checked my channel again with y'all. I'm up to 199. Help me to get to 200. LT will be so proud of himself. And if you guys can, from the bottom of our hearts, like the Hypes Watch Facebook page. James Michelle works very hard to keep that up, and we're gonna do big things for you guys, and we love all you guys. And Sir LT out, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jerry, talk to the folks.
Yeah, Jerry the Target Gaming Steamboat. So thanks for stopping by. Be sure to check out more Hypes Watch things coming up. I think we got Clash of Queens this Saturday, and then of course our Q&A, our normal Q&A on Sunday. And if you didn't check it out over the weekend, we had an amazing breakdown of the Forsaken chapter, which if you think I rated, you see what I rated here. I gave this episode a 5. I gave that chapter a 10. 10. And I give that discussion a 10 as well. You should check it out if you haven't already.
Yeah, make sure to go and check that one out. The Hype Swatch link is in the description below, so make sure to go and check that one out. And last but not least, my man James Michelle.
Yeah, ironically, this is the first review I've done after the show where I've actually drank some. I was actually thinking when I was thinking about it, I actually came to this episode going to give it a 6. I ended up giving it a 7, so I guess beer does help. But that being said, yeah, my name is James Michelle. Please subscribe to the Hype Watch channel. We're trying to get to 500 subs, and then we will do a Ask Us Anything Q&A. But yeah, aside from that, me and Moji will be doing a sober review, and I do after a second watch of the episode tomorrow at noon Eastern. So come check that out, please.
Yeah, listen, man. I'd like to thank everybody on the panel, everybody who watched us live, all the people who gave us likes, all the eunuchs who came through to give us a thumbs down, and, for all of those who will be watching later, shout outs to you as well. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, come back for more. That has been our time. This is Don, Willie, and the panel. And don't you dare do it, LT. Don't you dare do it. Saying out. Peace.